feel like even Spirit wanted more. They signed up for a fight in this first game of playoffs. They didn't even get an ounce of it. We get smoke over top for this A-hit. 3 players behind that. They're going to go trickling down into the CT spawn. Successful with the entries is Doc. It's a double P250. There's no fight in the Falcons defense. There's no resistance for this bomb plant. It is more of what we had on Nuke, folks.
It's going to be a lot to talk about on this game and this game plan, and obviously after watching Zwei play his best CS ever, it makes things a little more interesting. But here it's a T-side start for Spirit. Retakes coming in full force.
Just leaning back and allowing Falcons to sprint out into the open. That's 3 players, full display. It's a shooting gallery, and it's a slaughter. Falcons will find nothing in the pistol.
Spirit do this quiet crawl up cat. It's door smoked, it's no vision, so of course they could have done that. Spirit will do that on rifle rounds too. So it's not just a pistol that they've just tried this on, and you can see that Nico tried to pull out a bait setup, double boost. That's not something that you see very often, honestly, ever. And he has a chance to get a couple of shots, but once those are missed, it's over. And Tessus doesn't pick anything up either. He needed to get 2 in place of Nico's none. Nico's coming off a bad map himself, and again, it's not something that I'm personally going to skate by. It's a major, it's a quarterfinal, it's a good matchup for them. It's everything in place to make this one a worthwhile run. Everything could be a total disaster in the next 30 minutes if they don't turn this ship around quickly. But last map they won a pistol and a conversion, and then they quickly fell off. Team Spirit start off now 1-up. Need an eco here, force down win for Falcons. Something to swing the momentum back, and that's the, there's double-edged swords, there's 2-sided swords. Falcons, when they don't, if the game plan's a little bit fishy, well, they have the ecos that they can pull out. It's the Deagle players, it's the Scout players. That's part of what makes this team great as well. Sometimes they have to rely on those. And here's maybe a setup that looks great and has some force behind it.
No resistance offered up by Falcons, though. They're going to be content by the looks of things to just play in reaction to that utility. You know damn well Spirit are coming at this with the utility they need. Hell, even in the pistol, we saw that double smoke, so with a full buy behind it, what does Spirit bring to the table? Same 2 smokes. Opening for the drop down into CT spawn again. Falcons throw out that reaction wave of utility themselves, and now Monacy just looking to go headhunting. We get that donk crawl from behind the smokes, shrouded by the flames. Monacy's gonna snip Zwei off the play. Kyosuke kills Donk, and now it's gonna have to be the supportive elements of Team Spirit to try to pick this up. They go down into the 2 versus 3. Not ideal. Still the better guns. Oh, it's right there to nearly recover. Team Spirit pushed as they try to extend into that bomb site, but a triple kill for Tanir is enough to convert it.
They get saved by Tanir. It's also a good round from Donk on his entries, another couple of entries, in fact. So that's 2-0 to kick off. Funny because Tanir gets the open door to Heroic. That gets him a chance on Team Spirit. This is one of the teams that Falcons that took the core from to build the team that we see before us today. I actually, as much as it does put some emphasis on Falcons for people who are like, okay, we'll make this core worth it. I think they went the good approach of actually trying to go for getting a full core in the first place.
Tech 9 only here for Chopper. Hang on, we've got a lower threat. Ooh, and that well-timed push from the USB. So in a round that you're not expecting much, because there isn't a lot here to work with. That threat still lingers down and lower. Found out and almost dealt with both. Donk just looks to pull away here. You've got to, because Tanir's sitting down on that quarter HP. A frag grenade that's a bit too late, but a rotation that is well-timed. Kicksan. This 3-player retake up from spawn. The climb over top is going to catch Shiro and Tanir.
Okay.
Now we've got that Donk 1v3 queued up early. He's still worried about that threat from lower tunnels, but we know this is the all-in from Falcons. Both players having wrapped back around over towards the bomb site. Bomb clearly planted over here for Donk, and he knows it.
They wish they could find utility.
Still looming around. That 10-second defuse coming through. He's got him off it, but Kyosuke's off the cover.
There we go.
And Falcons pull a round out of the hat when they have no business winning. That was just everybody on the same page with a well-timed tunnels pinch.
That's beautiful. I mean, they take over tunnels. Chopper gets punished for taking a peek into lower when he's only got that Tech 9 out. Doesn't get his kill. And what is this 2K?
Sends Shiro pirouetting.
They narrowly avoided this result last round. Tanir was 2K on the ramp, but now it happens. Falcons have even less to work with. It's ideas that win this round for Falcons. They get them into the game early.
Howley a little frustrated.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gets that timeout, wants to talk instantly. No, that's twice now.
Whoa, Shiro's got the out instantly.
Okay.
I got money for that.
Back on Nuke, when we saw that 7-round streak come out from Spirit, they lose one at the tail end. Instant pause called by Howley. Same thing's going to come out here. He really is one of those kind of coaches that wants to get in the moment he spots something wrong.
Yeah, well, at least there's one coach calling pauses right now. We didn't get a lot of responses from Falcons in that regard. And they definitely needed it last game.
Yeah.
You know, to be fair, it was hard to figure out exactly when it was too late, like when it was going too wrong. Game was sort of just falling apart so quickly, it didn't even really feel like it. But
I feel like when you've got 3 pauses, though, you can take one when it maybe isn't the perfect moment.
Absolutely.
Clearly things are going wrong with a 7-round streak, but clearly things could change here on Dust 2. We were hoping for an early answer out of Falcons, and it seems like we've got one. Again, mostly USPs in that 1 round prior. You mentioned that op that Shiro comes into the round with, so that was a big investment to go for the long fight, nets them nothing. Nice free kill for Falcons.
There's only one player on Spirit that's got an op ace so far this major. I'd like to see him use the gun.
You know, I don't even think we said Shiro's name back in map 1. Wasn't even necessary.
Yeah, they didn't even push him. They didn't push him hard enough to get there, yeah. But this is a very good kill for Falcons. They take Shiro out. This is a huge threat. They're probably like, well, how does he even have an op right now?
This angle's being held by Monacy, so you got to be careful with that walkout middle. Not to mention Nico pressing himself into the cat hold. Monacy gives up his lower spot. There's that slight cap out mid-doors right now, but Team Spirit aren't capitalizing on it. Good flash in. Monacy supporting Nico, and that's Donk dead.
This is one of my favorite positions to watch Nico in. I think there's almost no one, I don't think there's anyone better at timing grenades, placing grenades from CT spawn to cat.
Missed shot.
Yeah, he's holding a little wide there.
Just a little tease from the catwalk. 30 seconds. There's a chance Zwei tries to come in with the split. It's him versus Tessas queued up over towards Long. There's also a lot to save here in this moment.
It's a good point. It doesn't seem like they're going to try this. The op and play.
All right,
just,
walk away, huh?
It's the smart idea. It's not the most fun to watch, but especially with the op, which again, such a surprise to pull out after losing that last round. So they go for 2 pick plays. They get shut down. Falcons stabilize here in round 4.
You know, up against G2 in that stage 3 2-2 match, we had a lot of X factor coming out of Monacy. Just, you know, those bogus moments. The X factor plays, and I think that a round like that early on this one could definitely tap you right back into that not so far gone memory. You know, Nuke, they didn't even fight.
No, they didn't.
They limped into that server, took their whooping, and hope now to steal away Team Spirit's map pick. And I think the confidence earned in that first map is why Team Spirit came in with another force, that op immediately for Shiro. We'll see if they can get anything going with it this time. It's a pretty comparable buy to the 1 round prior. And Monacy floating on his own right now.
Never seen anyone actually get punished off that jump spot or the boost that they're going to assemble. It always comes in a little later. And by the time it gets set up, CT's already worried about a mid-crawl down. There doesn't necessarily need to be a next move here for Falcons. It really is on Spirit to be like, all right, here's how this is going to go. We see there's 3 pistols for them to use.
There's good space to be taken. Better be careful. If Donk finds a headshot here, then
Watch for Nico's nades.
there's going to be a flood of players right behind it. He'll get through the edge of that flash. Monacy, good first shot. Nico emerging up from spawn as Monacy's going to clip a second. And there's Nico's headshot. It's a total stoppage to the cat push. 2 frags between Nico and Monacy is right where you want the Falcons if you're hoping for a competitive quarterfinal.
Yeah, already so much better. This is the kind of CS that's going to get us to a map 3 for Falcons. He's got really good rhythm on this map, and it's the place where you can overfill versus mid and A, so you get lots of kills, but you only put your best players there, your smartest guys. I think this is where Nico shows off the most sometimes. So between him and Monacy, that's a lockdown. Not even past the doormat on Cat.
Sir. Well, it's a glimmer of hope for the Falcons fans. No missed opportunity here by Monacy. Nico even being brave to walk up through those fires just to make sure he's a part of the solution. Here's your reward, Falcons. Not only sitting pretty 3-2 early on Dust 2, but versus Pistols. And again, Monacy in with the reflexes. Starting to find, I think, his groove, his game. And Kyosuke just tapped Chopper off of top mid through a smoke. Whether they opened it, we'll see. This is a strong one for the Falcons.
Wait, that's
so it seems.
B site. This gets a little bit weird.
It's no bomb. Tanir has that over towards the mid doors, but you give Donk a lifeline.
He doesn't even want to switch. He's got this deagle out.
Why would he? That first shot right between the eyes. It's eliciting the utility here for the Falcons, who don't know where that bomb actually sits. And we'll see Shiro start to push out long doors simultaneous as Donk still just avoiding the utility, taking all of this attention, and then that fight over towards long is going to start to drop Falcons back. There is a world where they miss their rotation, but Kyosuke's got this B site under lock, and A-Long also held. There it is. A couple of headshots here from Kyosuke. That bodes well for the Falcons, putting down Team Spirit's hopes with just those pistols.
It was a nice entrance from Donk, and it amounted to having a termite in the floorboards there. It was a little bit annoying. They eventually could deal with it, but no issue, no bomb plant. With the opening kill, honestly, him getting into the flow of things too, that's nice. But this is a full investment round for Team Spirit.
I think the odds from our partner were something like 6-1 at the start of this. Just off of the confident map 1 win, Spirit still hanging on to it, but it feels like the room can feel the shift. It's early days and there's plenty of times for Falcons to fumble. Don't get that wrong. But after Nuke, it felt like they may not even give us a pulse in this quarters. Fight towards door again. It's something that's been going the Falcons' way each and every time. We've seen Monacy start rounds, but for the time being, he'll sit on it. Just hold.
Just all the way out, man. No, they're not even going to test them. But right now, I mean, they got the map cracked. This ends up being a mid-B. This is going to be a little blood on the hands of this Falcons setup. I mean, this is a huge... I mean,
there's activity from Tessus, though. He's
starting
to push out doors.
This is a full mid-B split coming in. Kicksan probably the one saying, hey, leave me alone, I got it, it's fine. I don't know.
Team Spirit drop a smoke out middle, and that's not going to block off Monacy's angle from ramp, and then queues up Tessus on the flank.
Okay, but
it's a much-needed trade out of Shiro at least, but you know the plan has been found out.
This is interesting, though, because I still don't know there was 3 here. But if Nico's actually changing it up, he's going to be walking over towards B, but...
And all while you stare at this smoke, if you're the Falcons, you're thinking, what the hell is this?
Right, here's Donk's Kryptonite versus Donk out mid.
So a 1v1 locked in as everybody else from Spirit just look to test Kicksan's
There's 15 seconds, actually,
You've
Spirit.
got to get this going. That bomb sits amidst this 3-player pack. Down to 10 seconds. Nico's got his helping hands into the B site. Kicksan from the corner has got the element of surprise. And this is Spirit absolutely owns.
What was that?
Falling to the clock. And a singular kill here for Team Spirit.
I mean, you don't have to split atoms to figure out how to do a V-split on time. That was really strange out of Spirit. Suddenly looking like Falcons felt back on Nuke here early into the half.
Add in that missed smoke in middle as well.
Yeah, this was a layup, actually. I mean, they had Kicksan alone. They were about to mid-B. They missed the mid-B smoke, presumably. They don't get their kills in time. They could have just continued with the split anyways and actually still had a pretty good shot getting that. Donk had lots of time to take out Nico. Instead, Donk is not really useful. He's there waiting in mid. His teammates are entering too slowly because usually Donk makes a mile of space for them within a moment.
It's not so easy without Donk at the tip of the spear.
Это как наш матч был, кстати.
Да, это вообще, да.
Я сейчас тоже изнасилую.
You kind of don't want to tell Falcons that you're feeling it too. Especially not after you're the team to have the first word back on Nuke.
Я ни в кого не верю.
But this is what it is. It is the major.
Только фури, братан, все.
We'll see it in moments like that.
Mid-B smoke goes down.
53.
Still a trio of smoke grenades here for Team Spirit as well, so we'll see what Spirit want to play with in the end.
Одинаково.
Не, это байт.
Perhaps a bit of misdirection. 45 seconds, and Monacy's op gets pulled back to the corner.
If you're going to take a long to do your default on Dust, you got to justify it.
Ника, пожалуйста, Ника.
Coming out of the smokes flying. with Tech-9s.
Блядь,
Smoke goes down
выучили.
towards middle. Sway's trying to play ahead of that. Kicksands on the edge of the window to take a look at mid. And you can start to see the A defenders also worried. And that's where Dawn comes through on the edge of the smoke with the frag onto Monacy. It's just pistols. Irretrievable gun as well. So why would Falcons lose this, you'd think? Good rifle work between these A defenders, but just enough pistol prowess for Team Spirit to put that bomb down. Now we're talking about guns. Dawn extends out, picks it up, denies Tess the attempt, at a distance, in with another headshot. That's a triple. Come on! That is Dawn! And that is what happens if the Falcons give them just enough space.
It's like driving a Prius in front of a monster truck. Donk absolutely dumpstered them. And now Hallie just gets involved. He's here to build momentum off the back of an X-Factor play. We're seeing Zonic talk too. This is an aberration from Spirit. It felt like they were totally absent-minded last round. Suddenly they get this out of Donk, and he's the one guy who's never sleepy. He's the one guy who will just, no matter what, give you those moments over and over again. He's the guy who has impossible stats and impossible rounds in the biggest games. One small mistake, and that's Nico using all his ammo. That's Monacy taking one shot at nothing, and then it allowed Donk to cross and get a 4K.
Also, Donk just getting enough damage on Tess as he tries to snap that M4 down on the ramp retake as well. I mean, Falcons did a good job of trying to time that fight to the top of ramp, but yeah, that's the Donk effect, folks.
Don't let that be the way in. Kioske on and up. Love to see it.
At least this time, it is that instant timeout from Zonic, but you also open the door for Hallie, like you said, to pile on.
If you're going to save timeouts for moments like that, I think that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're playing versus Donk, you know they're going to come.
So if you don't get 3.5 anyways, you were never going to win.
That's a reminder to the Falcons as to what is up against them tonight.
The mental game, that's everything.
You felt Spirit's wrath on Nuke. There's no denying that this Dust 2 game is probably already starting to feel better, but if you're not careful, Team Spirit will break through this CT side, put you back down into the saves, and even maybe run away with a lead. So we are at a critical turning point for Spirit.
That's such a big smoke break from, or block from Nico. He can watch it from so far back. They just have guaranteed info, so yeah, guarded for the moment.
I think Nico being a part of this A defense makes sense, right? I mean, that's the last round that Monacy misses his shot.
The last round's so expensive, though. He doesn't have the utility, he doesn't have the HEs to actually punish the cat play. It's going to have to be firepower.
Kept so much cash, though, still. By Tess point blank spray down. I mean, that's
so good.
Flashes fantastic. Now this Monacy Nico goes down with nothing. Shiro's killed Kicksand on the crossback from B. Nico wants to be the hero, but there's players all around him.
Tactics do not get better than that, Shiro. Exactly calling out Tess's position inside of the smoke. Both flashes hitting.
To perfection.
By the way, Tanir not peeking off the first one because Tessus has no other targets. If he holds Mouse 1 down, he still dies. He still gets that kill versus Tanir.
And you saw how close Tessus is on that smoke as well. Feels like if you try to break through on the flash, there's no way you don't get mowed down.
It was a call out. A counter play.
That's the threat.
That's the Hallie pause.
There you have it.
That's the Hallie pause.
Both coaches talk at the same time. Kioske not going to be able to save that AWP, so Team Spirit cut that lead down to 1. Now, Falcons did have a lot of money still left over. The buys are inbound, but it feels like so is Donk. 14 kills, 6 deaths, critical entries off of that catwalk. You know, we go back to Nuke, we talk about Sway's most impactful map of his career, and he deserves his flowers there. But now we're back to what works for Spirit versus so many other teams. Just Donk at the top of the board, damn near doing it on his own.
That was so sexy, man, out of Team Spirit right there. Shiro's timing, Tanir's patience and composure, and, well, they turn water into wine right here.
It's $2,900 left by Nico.
The other half of that, though, is because they won with that tempo. Falcons didn't have the money to stop it. They didn't give Nico the utility to allow him to stop that cat push on the other side of it. They could lose one player and still survive, but instead it's a board wipe.
Because he had like $7,000 still.
Maybe he dropped, and that's why. He had that money left over.
So much money still for Falcons. They had full cash, full card.
That's actually strange. Didn't get back to his utility and spawn. Monacy, nice push.
That's what we're talking about. Falcons making an active move into the tunnels, and that's a total reposition of Monacy as well. So you've never expected, if you're Spirit, Those flashbangs find Spirit lingering out through those smoke grenades, but they do jump back into their cover.
Oh,
great
cover.
coverage. That is Shiro finding the head-to-head duel over Monacy. It's one op kill per team so far in the 10th. 50 seconds to this clock.
Taking out Monacy, you really want to go cat now. Doesn't matter how many CTs are here, they know there's no off on the corner.
It's 4 strong for Spirit.
Must be Nico.
Waiting for the flash, waiting for the util to come over top, waiting for some chance of a moment. And instead, Donk is ready for that challenge. Kyosuke's got the headshot onto Shiro, Opper down, and this M4 still challenges, but Donk has got his number.
Yeah, there's threats everywhere. Donk with 21 HP picks up another kill. It's a walk back for Kickstand. No chance to defend this. The cover from Shiro. And I honestly think, you know, we see great moments from Monacy in all the head-to-heads versus Team Spirit. The fact that he can peek into Shiro, take him out constantly is actually one of the things no other operas can do right now. And this is just a key find.
Донк убей хотя бы.
We see in that replay, right? The shadow advantage. Monacy just kind of letting Shiro know it's inbound. Down goes Kicksand. So no save allowed. Triple kill here for Donk. And Team Spirit do seize that moment to tie this game at 5.
They kept trying to earn back their peak, to be fair, with the flashes when they're coming into mid. Because you can peek left side mid, as long as you throw something to try to make sure that you can get on the line first, right? Put the rough on the file.
У Донка есть килов.
Shiro also set up to dodge a flash, peek back into the door right before Monacy did. It's 5-5.
It's a 4 versus 5 man disadvantage, not holding Spirit back, right? We had that Monacy quick peek up into the tunnels. It was just nice to see something fresh from the Falcons trying to move that lump around.
Both these teams have shown signs of nervousness and have both given up a force buy to the other. This leaves us tied, and the most interesting result possible. Let's see who wins the half.
Keep eyes on Nico. Use that bit of extra money to come into this one with an M4 and a set of Kevlar. And Monacy, the player that's boosting him up right now, also has armor. So in the world where Nico loses his head to this, M4 drops into Monacy's hands. Maybe between the two they'll find it, but instead you've got Donk dead. A well-timed peek and a great find for Nico, considering he is that hero M4.
Это просто 2 дауна. Это сейчас дуэль 2 даунов была. Ника и Чёртов просто 2 дауна.
And this spray from Nico, he's still building.
Trying to reposition that M4 ahead of what could have been that Team Spirit commitment to the tunnels push.
No one's reliable now versus lesser guns.
But I mean, you know, off of the cap boost and then into the mid doors, I think that really indicates that M4 is trying to get over to the B bomb site. Backs turned, Tessess and Monacy. Tech9 was nothing.
Okay.
And so Nico sets them up, and that lead will be taken right back.
Man, I mean, both teams, they've had moments here where they're like, okay, this could have been way cleaner, we could have had a lead, but Falcons picking up a second round with nothing to work with. A great tactic. Back to Falcons this time after losing the last round. Nico, amazing value with that M4, and again, one smoke to make it a 5v4, and then to have Spirit look lost and wandering.
Просто они из-за таких мелочей выигрывают раунд. Ну типа мелочи по сути, но по сути нет.
Not the first time either. Tessess gets away with that long push.
Good to see Zonic getting involved. A lot more active here in map 2.
This is Hallie letting him in, right? So we'll see if Zonic can do what Hallie did and rob it off of the opponent coach call. The moment Team Spirit touched that lead, ripped back away from them.
Donk's just a tidal wave coming up, Cat, though. It's really,
right?
It's actually a battle of titans right now in terms of Nico. Yeah, kills. Donk is going insane, but at the same time, Nico's got responses. He put himself on A lot of the good, you know, at those opportune moments, even on that Nico, playing the rest of the map very well. There's a chance to take out Shiro, actually, right there.
It's a head-to-head that used to be so skewed. Nico over Donk.
Yeah, and now that's not as much of a focus, but it's like the team doesn't lose still, so it's he likes playing first. He doesn't get the hype.
Nico run his little brothers to the fist fight. Nobody has stopped Donk individually this map. 17-7 coming into the last round. And Shiro's still on the hunt for this mid-fight. He's going to try to flash a player out.
Oh, he's kind of stuck.
Shiro ready to hold back. You got to rifle her down to the favor of Spirit, but you got to keep your head low. That coverage over top of the Xbox gets Kicksand and straight frag back, and these flashes, that is pressure. But in pressure is alternative routes, and within that, Team Spirit take this test towards long.
Yes, there's big pressure on the CT side. If they want to walk back to Cat, they can, but they have Tessus already dropped into CT. He's going to take a risky swing.
And at least he has his smoke ahead of him as well, so he can challenge through Team Spirits, which he was sitting inside. Locks into the cart position. You've got Nico over towards Cat. You've got a third piece as well here for the Falcons to try to come and support it.
Flash is coming in.
It's not ideal. Tessus retains vision, executes Tanir.
So he's playing this really slowly, but there is a push coming off of Cat. He could have a couple targets coming his way.
And if he gets these kills, then Tessus is going to have his hands full back at that bomb site.
Now they can kind of...
Peeks out with the Molotov in hand. Didn't expect that second player. So it's going to start to feel like yet another round for Team Spirit's attack is fizzling out to the clock. 15 seconds to try to cross, to try to climb bomb. 10 seconds. And you need to desperately climb up and over, and you're not going to get a single foot across this gap. This is not the first time that Team Spirit lose a round of the clock. Add to that the single M4 round for the Falcons. And Budapest, I think we may have a quarterfinals.
Миша передать. Ну пофиг. Главное, что Миша на них поставил, да, и типа все против него, блин. Вот вообще не важно. Хоть, я не знаю, там PC Game играли против Spirit. Если Миша на Spirit поставил, мы за PC Game, блин. Да, вообще красавчик. Так они на эншите даже если сейчас карту выиграют, они просто на эншите там 13-0 влетают. Это просто худшие карты для Falcons, я не знаю, что может быть хуже.
Не, ну я
Хотя...
больше за Фальконов будто бы буду.
Так они проиграют все равно.
Ну и пофиг.
Сейчас за не болеть, если не проиграют.
У тебя, Илюха, так с каждой командой, вот говоришь, ты сразу, все, она проиграет, сразу.
Чего ВТБ?
Банк. Не, я просто думал, Фальконы сейчас на маме игру показывать будут, но это просто не стоит, я не думаю.
Ну, более-менее нормально.
Но на первой карте вообще менее-менее нормально было, это просто
Ну, это
3-13. Ладно, я сейчас приду, посуду.
Нет, можете переходить уже.
Сейчас взял послышу 13. Я же Фалькона я случайно.
Лев,
А,
что ты делал на завтра?
ничего. А что?
Что?
Я ничего не делал.
Stepping up to the challenge, Donk at the top of the scoreboard, and yet Falcons find their answers. A couple of X-Factor rounds there. The solo M4 out of Nico to be won. And that gives you a reason to believe in the Falcons when it comes to Dust 2, does it not?
Absolutely, especially with the CT side, or excuse me, with Falcons T side coming up. There's extra pressure on Team Spirit. Now we saw that Zwei had made a massive progress.
Бам! Дон сразу отлетает.
But here on
Мир
Dust 2 CT side,
умирает
fully defeat
просто.
Falcons are
Зачем они запушили мид, зачем?
and there are going to have to be some answers here for Team Spirit.
Here we go. Opening kills down middle. I mean, the tenacity there.
Да,
Team
еще
Spirit
Илюха
to try to
был.
take that charge towards middle. You know what you're signing up for.
Так меня, я не понимаю, зачем это делать? Мне вопросы прям возникают.
Be making this path to a recovery
Ты должен
on
радоваться,
Dust 2
Илюха, этому,
all the
радуйся.
longer.
А что за Старладер?
Нет.
Почему у них в HD качестве?
Ну, Монуси даун. Он еще и убил, господи.
Come out, let's see if you get anything.
So he finds that one kill. tries to get another towards the ramp. Monacy's got the answer. And so Shiro's dual Berettas never needed, never called upon. Didn't have a target to shoot at this entire pistol.
Это фри, это фри.
And so Falcons extend this lead with momentum on the T side. You know, star of the show back on Nuke. We thought ourselves that once we got to Dust 2, Zway's CT side could be a pain point for Team Spirit. It's the attack out of the gate, looking like a shell of himself from Nuke. But the really, big question is, what does his anchoring look like? And so we're going to get to find out here tonight.
He's the kind of player, he had all the space in the world when he's on Amiga. Now with not a lot of space, he shows that he can't really do the supporting as well as he could do the star stuff.
Again, guys, it's fucking need to bring energy now, okay? Every round is fucking important. Come on.
We got some good words out of Nico.
Yes, sir.
When they beat G2, it was on this map. It was a 5-round comeback on Dust 2 as well. They stared death in the face, and so I think they've got a special relationship with this map at the moment. But yes, but we're continuing to as the days go by. Can Zway play with little space? You think support's an easier role? It's not. It's harder. You get less shine. You have to help people more. You have to be more aware of your radar and utility, and you get less chances to kill. But that means you always got to stay hot. And that's what he struggles with. When he can move around a lot like a star player, he can take a lot of peeks, then he gets kills. But as an anchor, you can't just push every round. You can't just swing everything. You can't play for yourself all the time. So we'll see if he can operate within those confines. Right now, Spirit on a 3-map win streak on Dust 2. Their last loss, obviously, was to Falcons in overtime.
Почему я не понимаю? Куксан умер.
Walk up behind
Нет,
this.
сейчас Дон зайдет в спину.
Spear tries to put a smoke in front of them. Mac 10's getting around the corner. Donk dives down into the cover of the smoke. And that's going to give space over to the Falcons. You think he climbs right back up. You thought Donk was going to run away from a gunfight. No, just immediately comes back at it from an alternate angle. And Tanir still leaning back, has done a good job of slowing this down.
Nico gets
slowing it down long enough for at least these other pistols to try to press themselves up from CT spawn. That bomb though, where did it drop?
Oh, is it?
I think it's on the boxes, and if it's on the boxes, it's going to call on Monacy to slip down and grab it. As he does so, Kixan gives that much-needed cover. Not only does Donk find one of those frags, but he damn near throws the bomb into the bear cave.
That was a testy moment. Always scary when you're peering over the ledge. The bomb will fly forward, but totally safe position here for Falcons.
Так он красавчик. Я так же играю, я говорю. Это тупо я.
This is actually one of the most lopsided sides for Team Spirit. They get 60% of the rounds on CT side, despite this issue with Zway. Why that happens, I think, is they really will lean heavily on that side of the map. 2-3 guys sometimes to try to make sure the mid-Bs are reinforced. That side being less retakeable makes perfect sense. But Falcons still put themselves in the perfect position to punish with this lead.
Having to give over double digits off that one. We hear the murmur of Falcons' belief reverberate through the arena. For a while there, didn't feel like there was much of a pulse in the playoffs whatsoever. But again, there's going to be a certain timidness, I think, to Falcons throughout the remainder of this map as well. Nuke is still in the back of their minds. Getting a chance to flex over top of this one, Team Spirit. Banking on a Deagle heroic. Not even in the right position. Falcon's going to take this fight towards long. It's nice to see Nico stepping up. Right there alongside Monacy, top of the board. You know, we've always kind of prefaced that when it comes to the Falcons and when it comes to Nico, when Nico speaks, you listen. And sometimes Nico speaks ill of himself, his frustrations in those tough rounds, those nail-biter moments. And I feel like that's something that he's really shed so far in Budapest. I think it goes in to seeing his reaction over top of G2 to qualify for the playoffs.
That's a good block, actually.
Is it enough? Gonna draw that Desert Eagle of Donk right back in. Remember, 5-7 on Tanir is also within this bomb site, but there's so many bodies here for Falcons. Their utility should have unrooted this defense. Instead, it is 2 headshots that come out from the defenders. And that's what you're banking on, right? Reliable pieces for the Falcons.
It's a big 4K for him. Took a long time to get on the server back on Nuke.
If he ever did.
Сейчас очень важно.
О, крутые.
Ты не хочешь видеть на
5-10.
спирита?
Couple mistakes away from making up entirely for the disaster that was Nuke and stealing back a map pick. You know, in a series where technically that doesn't matter as much for Spirit because they always lose 2-0. But in a game where specifically Spirit somehow steal Nuke, that was very unlikely. This will zero out. This will zero out everything. Our expectations, I feel like it'll sort of cleanse the emotions, everything, all the bitterness that has come through. Maybe even puts it back on Spirit a little bit. Because they got a half from Dawn that, with a little bit of extra supports, they could have definitely turned that into a 7-5 half themselves. He was outstanding, still is.
Before we finish writing this obituary, let's see if guns make a difference for Team Spirit CT side.
Looks like they plan to trust Way like they did on Nuke, where he delivered alone in B, no one in mid. Really expecting Falcons to have a spawn play out towards long.
Много дали, ребят.
Got the infinite wave going around in the stadium.
This Budapest crowd starting to come alive. Not a bad turnout for a Thursday.
Это раунд за Falcons.
Most stacked playoff brackets ever seen.
No bums, no frauds,
Зал почти тихо.
no luck involved.
We were on fraud watch after that first map. This game's come back alive. Here comes the execute into a B site. Zway's going to be under pressure. We talked about pressure on this anchor. Is one going to be enough?
No,
Doesn't feel like it. Not with this much demanded retake of a B site.
You know what, though? You know what? This is one where you could say, like, you know, Zway, we need 2 from you, but also, like, you got to help him a little bit.
Sure.
They'll dust 2. You can't just hold this site alone. If you're not going for a retake now, what are you going to do, Spirit?
Feels like they're trying to take a look at this. You've got Nico pressed up against the window.
I don't know. That was a very weird play.
Just an underhanded piece of utility, a singular kill off of Zway's plat hold, and Team Spirit know that what they're holding's all too valuable. Falcons find an 11th with ease.
You want to put that one under the microscope, fine, and you compile it, you know, compound it with his first half. It wasn't a good first half from Zway, but I really don't put that fully on him. He started in B alone at the beginning of this round. This exact came hours later, and no one came to assist. If you got a spot like that, you might as well be playing retake so he could get a kill. If he was in window and got a frag and got out of the window so it's not a mid-B split, they can actually retake. But you can't just expect an unsupported anchor in a small site to get 2 kills for you versus 5. It's just not reasonable. So don't like that Spirit setup at all. Falcons picked the right point of attack, but coming into this matchup, we knew it was going to be a lot of B-hits for Falcons.
The first real full-blown execute goes swimmingly.
They like going into Zway, and even when Spirit have overstacked the site, they've had success.
It's again a situation where his closest support is Shiro, who's a little too preoccupied. Falcons are going to come at this again. Zway, right ahead of the execute, mows down just the one. It's a lot of damage, though. This time, Odyssey and Nico both low.
Oh, good nade.
Frag grenade's going to end it.
Great
Job
nade.
done. And at least this time, Shiro does come over with urgency, and Zway again sets that up because of the damage beyond his 1 frag.
Yeah, as long as you're a shout away and not a telephone call, you can help, right? Shiro's nade and off shot through the door, like that actually keeps hope alive. It's a bit better than last round. 2 on 4 now. Let's see if Falcons can make it ugly.
May not be as easy as Falcons were going to hope to find this B bomb site in consecutive hits. Double man advantage. Kicksand sitting on 40 health, and that goes the last piece of utility that the attackers have to keep Team Spirit at bay. Splitting up, but still for the time being met by smokes. That bomb is already down to 25 seconds. And so as they press these AKs up against the wall, What's the timing look like here? Who comes at this fight first? Well, Shiro's gonna get the first servings. And Tesses with his 100 health is now gonna have to keep his head on a swivel. Not gonna happen. Donk emerges from the doorway, and the efforts of Sway coupled with Shiro are enough for that retake to come through.
Real simple here for Spirit to play containment. They know they have a huge advantage, and they limit the damages heavily. I mean, 2v4, retake's probably going to take place, yeah, but also those two players, they can easily get 2 kills and then slowly win the round. So really important. Sway, again, tons of responsibility on his shoulders, but he actually handles it quite well. Gets a kill despite, I think, getting tagged first. Then some extra spray damage. Then Shiro's there in time to help him. Falcons wanted that to end in B. It doesn't end that early.
That's Shiro with the op shot, and then with the frag grenade, right? 2 perfect pieces to what was still a scrambled rotation, but one that's close enough. That's a setup that they can bank on. And also, again, tethers off of the success from Sway, so we'll give him credit where it's due.
Yeah, big time. And again, so far, the only criticism is, can you just help him more? There's got to be something about, I don't know, they read some kind of book about this. They're really confident it's going to be A. Let's see if Falcons end up giving them the round they're looking for.
Широ киллы.
What if the demo's
Dog staring in the corner just next to the pit, banking off. Shiro holding the doorway, so there's a lot of pressure coming towards Long, and honestly, it's the right pieces in position here for Spirit. But Kyosuke's got that opening kill towards Chopper. That puts a bit the site itself. Fine. Donk collects the frag onto Nico. You get this off walking out towards Long, and Shiro's not going to let you escape with that. So kicks in, removed. But now you've got not only Donk hitting instant headshots, but Shiro has a confident set of helping hands on both sides of this map.
nice round, Shiro. Those are delectable op shots in, single scoped, easy control of the situation. And it looks like the read does pay off. What did they know? They probably got a little scared when they see.
Это Эко, это 8.
Опа, я в Fortnite эмоцию какую
Вот пролет, сейчас красивый
Какой?
посмотрим.
Тверк?
Так, ну что, у нас 7:11 и уже фалькончики.
Гибком?
Фалькончиком непросто. Общается.
Прикольно. Прикольно.
Эко
Будет находить сейчас
Да-да.
фраги какие-то для себя, будет фармить стату. Это всегда, кстати, круто. Это фармить стату на эко,
Это
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 база.
имба, блядь.
Это Эко.
Но если ошибешься, из тебя въебут раунд.
На спиритов как 1,5.
Я видел такие страшные раунды, когда
Победу, наверное.
5 блоков брали.
Самый
Так
охуенный
ну да,
это с Baby
да.
Shark.
Инферно, ты помнишь?
Когда Инферно когда не сделал?
Инферно, когда он пострелял?
Да. Я не помню, когда поджал этот Зенит, помнит один раз с кольтом, кольт подобрали и все. Ника завозит.
Ника завозит грядно. Пытается он воскресить на суки.
Так он смеется, хуль ты смеешься, 8-11, блядь.
Не, надо покупать эмоции
все,
Geek
блядь,
Time.
здесь 11 выход.
Да.
Это, если честно, ну, прям беда ситуация для спиритов, ой, для фальконов, вернее.
Давай, убей! О, красавчик!
Потому что, кстати, денег у спиритов, что они могут сыграть в 2 авика, и плюс еще есть
подожди.
калашек.
Фалькон.
Это камбэк сейчас был.
Возьмет, купит, может, ему.
Камбэк спирит, да?
Фалькона.
Да.
3 rounds the gap, as Falcons have still yet to hit that all-elusive, all-important 12th round.
Один раунд сейчас, это уже 10-11.
Ой, все, Соник.
You're not there until you're there. With this timeout coming down, full buy in place. Are they doing some math here if they need an op or not?
I mean, these are the moments where I think Sonic is trying to hold these pauses for, right? This is his pause, while Hallie has none remaining, and Falcons still have one more to use if this gets even closer.
I'll say this again, there's only one player on Spirit that has gotten an off ace, and he's got an off this round.
Okay, double sniper coming up from Team Spirit late in this CT side.
That's the perfect thing to do.
Sure.
There's still a gap in a comeback. You don't have to spoil all your, you don't have to give up all your ideas as you make your way back into the game. And actually, it's a perfect way to catch a team off guard who's just looking for one more round, who might try to do a walkout somewhere. And then when you eventually do lose, you can go back to rifles, and it's a change up instantly. So the expensive investment pays off for Team Spirit.
Под флешку же. Опа.
And be careful, be wary about going too slowly. You walk into one op or two. Shiro's coming. Shiro's right here.
Fish chance. They're going to try to dive that. You've got that ramp support chucking out utility. Already 2 Falcons players ahead of this pack. And so as Tanir's recalled, oh, that headshot's as clean as it needed to be.
Nico coming in late.
Now all of a sudden you've got one locked into the Gandalf. Nico's got his kill over towards Long. That starts to put pressure on the bottom of this ramp. Chopper tries to press his lock. He'll find his frag. Shiro's been cut down in the meantime. Zwayne's arrival out with a kill. And we go down to the 2 versus 2. Dog dueling with that op out mid.
That could have been it.
It's Tess sitting still over towards the elbow, waiting for the next fight, but he's kind of lost track of these pieces.
How many bullets does Chopper have? Did he even reload? He's
Donk is
walking
coming
into this.
And as he steps forward over top of those stairs, Tess blindsided by Chopper.
They had him in from both sides.
That's gonna lock in Nico. Eyes set to the bomb site. He knows where these pieces are. He's gonna take a step into the off. That's a missed shot by Donk. And as he goes for the headshot, Nico, clears it. An ambitious jumping shot to not connect. Chopper 4 health. Nico on the clutch. Chopper to stand tall, cutting that lead down to 2.
He just had to shoot a bullet. It didn't have to be a headshot. Nico doesn't know how close he was to picking that moment up. Chance to take out Donk inside of middle. They re-meet over here in this 1v2. And he nearly gets a second chance to be the hero. So close, but he's also aware of his own health. Ooh, that's a frustrating moment, but to be honest for Tess, the way that Spirit came in from both sides, like he didn't have a good advantage. He'd have to get very lucky to have found a way out of that. Whoa, close rounds, close game now.
Now you've got Falcons in a difficult spot. They jump into this one, Kevlar, pistols, just enough utility to try to come at the game with a plan. And remember, there is still one timeout for Sonic within regulation. One last chance to try to fine-tune things in the face of a very real Team Spirit recovery. This is 4 consecutive rounds out of Spirit's CT side.
The last time they played, it was 6-6 down the middle, both halves into overtime where Falcons won. Comeback is new territory. And again, it's a more standard lay of the map here where Donk is helping out Zwei. It feels like we're going back a few rounds now to where Falcons really enjoy trying to go for the B hits.
Sure. He may need help in this next one because we've got 2 players for Falcons set up for the mid push. Again, it's low utility, but it is enough. If Chopper can't find this spam through, there's going to be pressure on both ends of this B site.
They need Donk to make a mistake. They need him blind.
Got Molotov smokes burning on both sides of the tunnels.
Oh my God.
Chopper trying to press his luck, but instead it's Kyosuke with the opening. Donk is locked into the car. Zwei does his job over towards tunnels, at least to kick this off. And Donk and Zwei do enough. That's 3 kills between them, and the pace of Team Falcons out from middle gets nothing in the end. Total stoppage as Team Spirit cut this game down to a single round the difference.
Zwei does not let go of his grip on that site. Looked good. It's 3K. Yes, it's Tech Knights, but honestly, with the amount that they know that this side of the map is going to get tested, it's going to get potentially abused. These are moments that need to be celebrated for Zwei. Didn't have to be Donk as the hero. 5-round comeback. And this was a done deal for Falcons. This is what Falcons wanted to try to show us back on Nuke versus Spirit, but couldn't do that. So no matter what happens now, Spirit leave this map with some dignity. But I'm honestly wondering, are we going to get 3? We haven't got a response from Falcons in quite some time.
Post that victory versus G2, Nico said that a game like that versus G2 that pushed Falcons to the limits was exactly what they needed heading into playoffs, that it was going to make them better once they hit the big stage. And it feels like this exact kind of moment was what he was alluding to. When the pressure was on, when the comeback is real, when heartbreak feels like it has haunted you again. This has to be that moment that Falcons bank off of the push that G2 gave them. But Team Spirit clearly going to be a team that also looked to push them. Namely, right now, Shiro down into the lower tunnels. Monacy is sitting on the top side of it with Kyosuke. And they are just leaning back, letting Spirit make these moves.
Kills everything. Info here for Nico.
Right on the edge.
Oh, flash is perfect.
Donk's going to round that corner, and it's not the only piece of a push that Team Spirit has. In fact, they're trying to pressure this. Zwei goes down. That's a liability inside of the B site. Missed shot from Shiro. Bomb crossed, and Monacy comes back.
Uh-oh, that's a big mistake.
We've got Molotovs onto the windowsill. Sonic's last timeout from a 4 versus 5. TSS flanks out of long, gets aggressive, collects his kill, but you've still got Donk in the middle of it all. 3 players in the site, never really a problem. This kid is on for the ace. And as the car spam comes through, it's not the damage he had hoped for. Falcons lean back with fear. And as Donk takes that quick press out towards the window, he doesn't see what he needs. Smoke's gonna fade, and now both avenues are open, and nobody's gonna challenge him. He's tiptoeing his way through the door, and Mossy, the timing perfection, comes up with his double kill. Falcons find 12.
That's 12. That's done. Shiro had the chance right there. 2 shots from those lower stairs to punish that beat push. It looked like such an audacious play to make after Donk got his kill at top mid, but then you look at the kill feed and Falcons had a response back. He felt he needed to do something, but he couldn't punish that bomb crossing. That's where that round died. Needed an ace from Donk.
And unfortunately, of all the B-holds, this time Sway crossing out from Humvee gets caught with nothing. That allowed for that acceleration of the bomb that forced Shiro's op to miss. Team Spirit's catch-up has been admirable, but a much-needed 12th round by Falcons secured.
Я думал, больно будет.
2 ops again coming out from Spirit.
Oh, double nades.
It's not as bad as it could have been.
No, it's actually totally fine here for Falcons. Just looking for them to get it. I mean, you know, Kicksan, right? He's just looking for a good spot to get in, to go with a solid execute. To make sure they do it while they have money. While Spirit are at their strongest, they want to take him out clean.
Я говорю про Falcons. Вот хер знает.
Nobody's trying to get it to overtime here.
Я не вижу, что у Ника. Флешка.
And it was the eco test versus these two over and B in this previous round. Here's a level up. Sway delivered versus those Tech-9s.
But died last round empty-handed. Pressure comes out from middle. That secondary op's already found one. Donk hungry to go for the repeat, but it's up close. The TSS gets stuck. Third shot missed. Sway this time with 1. And Shiro already pressing his luck out through that CT spawn. It's in Nico's hands now. And with already close proximity to the doorway, Nico, 78 health, pushes over and looks to take that deep challenge, but they've already got their positions locked in. And so an 11th round comes with it.
It's a fantastic round from both of them on the whole, to be honest, with the op shots and Sway's kills, delaying to stay alive.
This is как обычно, рак мозга.
As simple as here for the 2 guys that had to deliver to keep this game up.
Round 24, no timeouts left. Oh, his bomb on the other side of the window.
Yeah. He just kind of has it. He's like, maybe I can get these kills, that's all.
Really had to swing. We go long and heavy for Spirit in the 24th of play. Ancient still no guarantee for Falcons. Do they think that they can get the better of a timing on Sway again? The only time he's died with nothing was when he was in that forward corner.
They're going to come in quick. Shiro's in the same spot that helped him out last time. Can Sway deliver again?
And there's no pressure on Shiro. Sway's trying to find timing. He'll collect the kill on Nico first. And then as he tucks back in, it's an easy one to Kyosuke.
There he goes.
And the improvement for Sway tonight, much needed. Quad kill.
No way!
Every time they think they've got
Ваня, это ты там играешь?
Что случилось?
Второй эйс.
Звейк дал второй эйс.
Звейка мать сдохла.
Это реально. Я вход за него играю.
Как? Ну просто как? Я просто в шоке.
Бабушка реально булочками его откормила.
Бабушка.
Как толстяк дал эйс?
Это что-то магическое происходит.
Парни, ну как так-то? Давайте уже заканчивать, я спать пойду.
Ну вот как Куксан не убил?
А только гранд-финал играется в Best of 5. Алло. Только гранд-финал и Best of 5 играются.
Только финал Best of 5.
Falcons' major life, which felt secured for at least Ancient, is right back on the table.
Заколебали уже, тут не играют.
And the momentum is real.
You know, Zwei came into this major and he figured out the things that everybody needed him to figure out. That's getting kills from within sights, not pushing through smokes, not swinging extra, not overheating.
Удонка.
Team Spirit with 7 of the last 8 rounds in regulation force us to OT.
В принципе, у всех командных приколов.
Man, it feels like the brakes have been forced on for Falcons. They'll be allowed to tiptoe their way into the cat play. But you know, Chopper, despite only having 4 kills on this map, has made them work for taking this A bomb site. His utility always slows it down. We've seen a solid challenge. We saw that critical 1 versus Nico. And now when he feels that they are on the approach, they'll throw in that long push as well. Tanir, he's yet to get it, so Donk will help him finish it off. Shiro has to be worried that that lower peak's about to come through. And as Falcons get footing onto this bomb site...
So risky.
Yeah, he's pushed against the wall. They'll go deep. Great headshot out of Kicksan. Tanir at this distance, working with half health as Falcons are going to go for that plant.
Yeah, he dipped in, back for mid, took away from that fight. Has to be the retake. Flash is excellent.
Oh, they're on it.
Oh,
luckily Kicksan's got another frag. Sway's got the better of him. Yet again, a critical piece of this. And it's time for Tesses to try to shine.
Oh, Flash won't do anything.
Both go to the final cat. Sway's got a retake in him too.
Come on, Sway. Go off, son. What's happening? Him here on retakes. That's a whole nother threat. First round of OT to Team Spirit. They're somehow in the lead.
And Kicksan digs deep in that round. That peek down along the wall to make sure Shiro gets busted up. Felt like it had to be an instant headshot or else Tanir in the background's got the support.
They played with him perfectly. He had no easy shots. They got right up to the back of the of default to plant the bomb. And there was no way. There's no way for Shiro to actually escape that. He had to hit a crazy headshot over the box. But if he could see what we saw, he would have peeled back a long time ago.
Extra credit, right? That flashbang for Zwei. Gets the trade train going up a catwalk.
Zwei doesn't get both those kills. This round's over. They can squeeze back the cap, play for time. It's way easier to win. Tesses knows. Tesses, in their last match, he came into it. He was on a 9.
Просто, блядь, идут по улице, нахуй, Зоник. Ему пригрозили, блядь, типа, если мы сейчас...
Что они творят? Favor playing against Team Spirit.
Это ГГ.
Oh, fast pounce though. Timing's a little bit different, but the defense is in, locked in.
Some things are different.
Guess what? Zway's still here and still thriving. And now it's...
Вот Тезиса, вот бомжа, блядь, просто у помойки сидит. Он к нему подходит такой, типа, Кент, можешь, пожалуйста, типа в Counter-Strike составе сыграть, типа, ну мы тебя там на месте научим, как бы. Что там, что надо знать.
Оплата сколько? 2 бутылки пива. Ебать, газ.
Просто ужас.
But it was so early, and obviously Team Spirit have so much momentum and still so much utility. They block that off with a very quick answer to just make sure nobody else floods out through tunnels. And so they can lean back comfortably into this 5 versus 3 advantage.
I mean, look at the leadoff already. Tanir's already pushed past the doors. I mean, the rest of this round might as well just be a formality if the CTs don't totally bungle this. 3 here to defend.
Donk still again, right? You said that electricity kind of in him. Never static so far throughout this CT side, always ready to go. And there's Zwei in with a third. Leaning back as the fire burns, no avenue of attack for the Falcons. Kicksan's desperate hope at somehow winning this 1 versus 4. But like you said, Tanir was already hot on his heels from that mid flank. And so if he just tries to go for the onsave, there are real ramifications of this. 2 in a row in overtime, 7 of the 8 to close out regulations. We have not seen a lifeline for the Falcons in quite some time.
It's crazy because mentally it's hard to really rationalize the fact that right now Team Spirit are coming back in their head-to-head. They're winning. They might actually just eliminate Falcons now from the major. This map was almost done after that second pistol. This should have been a wash.
And a missed opportunity for Monacy as well.
Yeah, now the feet are to the fire of the Falcons right now. This game is getting away from them. Their lifeline in this major, and one of their biggest follies, man, is getting into playoffs, but where it's single elimination. They would never lose games in groups, in seeding matches and everything like that. Falcons were crushing everybody.
Great record in third, fourth deciders.
Yeah, but when there is no fallback, the few games they have lost, it's been there.
I mean, when the pressure's at its highest.
When the pressure's at its maximum.
Here's Tanier, back's turned to him. It's a one and done.
Oh, a team dink.
Yeah,
he goes down to 17 health. You can't go 0-3 in this overtime. I'm sorry.
They could be on the brink of doing exactly that. Falcons trying to test the waters of long, and that's just going to cue up Shiro's off. Kyosuke popped. Oh, no. Fast one onto Monacy. The kid never even had a chance. And it was a quiet map for Shiro at times, never really called on. But now, 21 frags to his name, a 2K here to try to solidify this flawless overtime run. Kixan has had his moments to try to save them, but it is yet again too much to ask.
And Nico, a focal point of these conversations. Look at him, 22 and 19, did his part back on the CT side. It's not the same story in a loss to the Falcons where Nico is the guy that we look to saying, where are you? He's here, he is trying. And he's trying to do as much as he possibly can. This one it has a little bit of a different story to it. Unfortunately, the outcome's gonna ring the same. Another major. The reason why we come down so hard on Falcons sometimes, the Ends core, the Heroic core, the G2 core. These are three teams that had to basically get dismantled to bring this team together. The bar is that they win. Anything below that is heavily scrutiny. That's it. Massive amounts of scrutiny to this lineup for that reason. It's a team with players we all cheer for, that have massive stories behind them, a million reasons to want to see them succeed.
Дисбанк их может усилить.
Бля, нам нужно Фальконом подключаться сейчас.
Не, надо зайву взять. Еще купить 6-й слот в этом.
Да, точно.
Я Савва их кому-то не спасибо, блядь.
Ну, а 6-й слот просто
Так мы их
купите,
спасем.
6-5 нормально.
Савва им уже ничего не поможет.
Deep breaths and we go and we fight.
Water, deep breaths, and fight. A dreading feeling that has become all too common for Nico in his career. And it felt like with the way that they battled back versus G2, that things could have been different, that things could have been them stepping forward, because we saw them in the grand finals in Hong Kong. We've seen them beat the world's best recently. All while Team Spirit have never gotten their win over top of this Falcons. And so tonight was supposed to be more of that, more of the same.
Uh-oh, he's in front of the smoke. Connor, it's just kicks in. This B-split is coming. The bomb's already out, man.
Oh God,
they're starting to wrap into it.
Фурия кто?
Cuts down. And the rest of the Falcons are going to be called on, but Shiro's already cut off the mid plate back to the top.
Да что вы делаете, нахуй?
Фурия кто, Илюх?
Они обосрутся.
With Hunter in his heart, Nico sits to the sidelines and has to hope that his proteges are enough for this retake. You've got Zoe down to a quarter HP. You've got Chopper and Tanier to lean back on. Falcons' major life on the line.
The time's getting too low. They've got to go.
Jumping through the windows. Sway leaning back. Holding it off is Tanier. Sway dead with nothing. Kyosuke could be the difference. Bomb is beyond 5 seconds. Falcons have failed. Team Spirit lift the curse. Defeating them when pressure's at its highest.
The one red thread, the one through line that Falcons were most scared about coming into this quarterfinal. Their nightmare has come true. Spirit have taken this game, keep their hopes alive in this major, and walk by their biggest competition of the season.
And doing it fueled off of a world-class, there's no sugarcoating that, world-class first map from Zway. If you had anticipated the Spirit You would have never called for that nuke domination. And if there was domination to be had, it is always at the hands of Donk. But tonight, Sway showed that he can feel the shoes of Magisk. Stepping up in Shanghai in that grand finals was one of the reasons that Spirit won. And if Sway is a part of their winning formula here in Budapest, the sky is the limit for Spirit.
Чё? Не. Я сейчас даю кол. Виталити 2-0.
Давай Мишу дать, я готов.
Виталити 2-0.
Не будет
Это если что, Лёва, вот он всегда говорит не будет, а у меня все заходит. У меня просто
Ну да,
все
кстати, это
заходит.
факт. Можешь поставить на Виталий.
У меня за этот мажор не зашло...
Мне что, ставку продать, что ли?
Нет, просто долей, додепни. Если что, у меня за этот мажор не зашло 3 ставки. Из них в первый день 2 на
На
Виталити.
Виталити. Поэтому надо сейчас на Виталити за 0 ставить.
Ну, Лёва, ты сам выбери, кого слушать. Мне сегодня в школе доказывали...
Доливать не хочу. Доливать нет.
Боже, я тоже у них еще слушать.
Мне сегодня в школе доказывал Илья... Что там? Ильяс, Ваня, то, что это 2-0 файта. Ну, ТБ максимум.
Я лучше продам ставку на Маузол, забью на Виталити, если что, добью на Маузол.
Нет, лучше тогда
Ты
возьми...
примерно 0 идешь.
Ты возьми Виталити Победа, Фурия Победа.
Ты сейчас продашь там на 10% меньше.
Нет, ты тогда возьми лучше Виталия.
F1 и 2.
Я поставил 684, мне вернут 650.